we want to take y'all for a ride through historic Helper, Utah.
Yep. Welcome back, travelers.
Hey, if you're back new to the channel, I'm John.
And I'm Donna.
And we're Cottywapple Travelers. Odd name, Helper, and I did a little reading. Helper, Utah. This is evidently coal country, and the trains pass through here right next to the place that we're staying, which we'll get to here in a minute. And Helper, Utah, back in the day, as the train cars came through, when they were headed up, they couldn't climb the hill, so this was a stop where they put a Helper engine on. Hence the name Helper, Utah. There's a big, huge train yard here. It's kind of cool. Neat little town on there. But we are staying at Castle Gate RV Park. Kind of a cool little find. It is Memorial Day weekend.
Somebody is cooking some good food.
And surprisingly enough, on a last minute whim, we were able to get reservations here for 2 nights. So today is Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day. So hang on, here we go. We're going to take the bikes out for a ride.
Have you ever seen a hummingbird nest? Well, I found one. Here. Is that not cool?
Past the point of no return, baby, on the summer night. A shot of love and a spark of laughter breathe. The stars align and the month times night burn like dried out leaves.
Now Helper, Utah's got all kinds of neat things like this around, and you're going to get to see more of it, but it's like they saved all the stuff from a time long gone, and it's still here. Now it's obviously had some improvements in gutters, and there's concrete and stuff out here, but it's really, really cool to wander around and see a lot of these old vehicles still sitting here and how things were left over from a time gone by. I think the town really, a lot of this dates back to like 1907, 1900, so I know these aren't that old, but it's kind of the timeline it's in. Ha! 38 cents a gallon. Don't you wish we could buy it for that now? 8.5 gallons of gas for $2.50. That's a deal. What do you think about that?
That's pretty cool.
It is.
That old stuff in there.
I mean, even the old oil cans we used to have put the spout on it. Some of y'all may not remember that. I remember doing that. But you used to have to put a spout in the top of it, the old oil cans. There's still a whole rack full of them in there, which is just cool as crap. So we're going to wander down the street. I'm sure we can find, there's lots of other things like this through this town that's just interesting, as you can imagine. So we were talking about earlier that Helper is a train town. It was a mining camp, train town since its beginnings. The building behind me here, 1913-14, was the Helper Hotel. It was originally a hotel, and it stayed a hotel until 1942. And in 1942, the train company bought it, and that became where the train crews would stay and sleep at as they passed through the areas. And they stayed there until 1980. That's crazy. Then it became a train museum, which is kind of cool. But it's closed today because today's Memorial Day. Did you know?
What's that?
This caboose stayed in service and ran a route from here to Provo for 57 years.
Wow.
57 years that thing was on the rail. That is nuts.
He was a bandit who became a judge. He was born Willard E. Christensen, and he left home at the age of 14 because he thought he had killed the town bully. He became a cattle rustler, a bank robber, and rode with Butch Cassidy until he went to prison on trumped up charges. In 1897. He was released in the 1900 with a full pardon from Governor Wells, and in the following years he became one of the best deputy sheriffs, city police officer, and justice of the peace Carbon County has ever known.
So we were wondering, this place has got a red light on it. After reading this plaque right here, we have come to find out that during the helper heydays, the top floor up here, well, that was the kind of the
Helper whorehouse.
the helper whorehouse. So, surprisingly enough, Matt Warner that we were just talking about was the one that helped close it down. And they purchased the building afterwards as a restoration project. So, but the red light's still there. I think that's one of the most interesting things so far to me is most of the old signs and things. See the old Strand sign that's up behind me. They're all still here. It's crazy. You can look down the streets and see all the old signs. This is pretty cool. Old movie theater. Some of the old pictures. Imagine coming to the movie theater and pay up here and go through that door. Looks like it's probably still a working barber shop. Check it out. Still got the old. I wonder if it, well, it's got electricity to it. I guess it does work. Even got chairs. You can come out here and sit in front of the barber shop. Check it out, all the graffiti. You know, a lot of this is not that good, but there, if you watch and look, some of the graffiti in here is actually pretty cool. But there's a lot of it. And then we come to the Helper steps. Now, evidently, it's a thing here in Helper. These steps are supposedly famous, I suppose. So I'm not going up them today because I'm not feeling quite that energetic. That I'm old. I'm lazy, you know. It is what it is. I don't want to walk up there just to turn around and walk back down. Looks like tomato sitting out here in the parking lot. It is amazing. As we're driving around, we see, I'm using the word amazing again unintentionally, but as we come through Arizona, Utah, where the humidities are much lower, and we find really, really old vehicles like these that are still in, I mean, they got some patina and stuff on them, but these things are in, they're not all rusted out. They're in really good shape. This is really, really cool for an old car guy. This is awesome. So we ended in a vintage motorcycle restoration shop. This place, it's like a step back. This whole town has turned into a step back in time. So, original buildings. A lot of these bikes that they've built from scratch and restored are on display in here. You can see some of the old police bikes with the big thing on the back of them. I mean, not only that, just the signs alone that are still here. You know, down through here, we're in the basement. There's any type of motorcycle stuff that you could possibly imagine. Up and down through here, that you could build your own motorcycle and that kind of thing. But the most interesting thing really is these signs. These signs are worth it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of old signs that you gotta use for this. This dynamite box is 1913. Wow.
What'd you find?
That's all. That's a nice
Waffle
chunk.
maker?
A silver waffle maker.
Yeah, so. Every gas station had these. So the gas station guy would tune up your car, he hooks his tray, gets in your car, drives it to your house. Once he gets to your house, he unhooks his trailer and goes back to the gas station. That's because it's 1945.
See, it's only 26 of these made. And this piece right here, they hooked it to the back of their car and they drove the car back to your house, delivered it,
Cat's eye gas.
and disconnected that, got on their motorcycle.
So a guy says, I'm going to try to look that up, see if they're still there. And he goes, yeah, they are, but they don't sell Harleys. They sell leather jackets. And
What'd you think of Helper?
It is a cool little town.
Helper is a cool town.
I like the way they're restoring. All the old gas stations are being restored or restored. And they're bed and breakfast. You can stay there.
You can actually stay there. It's actually really cool. If you're in this area, this town
Not
is...
bed and breakfast.
They're
Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah. But if you're in this area, it's definitely worth the stop. Even for just a couple of days to get to see the old downtown area and the trains and everything. It's a really cool stop on there. So y'all remember, like and subscribe. And we will see you next week.
Bye.